um, ever wonder what happens when a legendary series doesn't quite live up to its potential with certain characters, and is widely celebrated, and for good reason. It defined a generation's view of the Dark Knight, introducing mature storytelling and iconic characterizations. Uh, but even masterpieces have their shortcomings in the some beloved DC figures weren't quite as successful in the animated world. Um, it wasn't a matter of incompetence, uh, but focus. The series wisely prioritized Batman's psychology and a core group of villains, um, that that it's um, this meant others were flattened, their potential diminished by limited screen time or tonal compromises. Uh, these characters weren't ruined, but they were undeniably failed by a series that usually excelled. Kind of, Lucius Fox, for example, feels strangely absent, um, rather than Bruce Wayne's trusted tech ally. He's a generic executive. The show implies Batman invents everything himself, removing that crucial collaboration, and Gotham feels smaller without a broader support system, and missed opportunity to show how Batman's crusade extends beyond the cave. Professor Achilles Milo, a scientist willing to experiment on humans, should have been terrifying. Instead, he's oddly toothless, lacking the creeping dread his premise demands. A series capable of handling psychological horror fumbled a chance to explore the darker side of Gotham's scientific community. Uh, uh, Hugo Strange, knowing Batman's identity, uh, should have been a recurring threat. Uh, Yet he appears only once, defeated not by Batman's ingenuity, but by other villains. The series missed a chance to explore Batman's vulnerability in a truly intimate way. Uh, the Terrible Trio had potential as a critique of Gotham's elite, but they became generic thieves. Their wealth and nihilism were barely explored, squandering a concept that deserved more depth and bite. Uh, uh, Bane's portrayal is infamous, and and but they so massive, the defining moment that cemented his status in the comics is absent, and without his intelligence, he becomes just another brute. And Talia al Ghul, one of Batman's most complex relationships, rarely exists beyond her father's shadow. Uh, um, Her internal conflict is acknowledged, but never deeply explored, denying her agency and potential for moral ambiguity. Lloyd Ventrix, a tragic figure rendered invisible, should have been heartbreaking. Instead, he's a gimmick-driven antagonist. Um, the series failed to fully explore his pain, leaving a character remembered more for his powers than his tragedy. The Penguin's redesign was bold, but his portrayal lacked intelligence and authority. Uh, a moment where he's overpowered by children shattered his credibility, turning a feared crime lord into a pitiable figure. And the Riddler, though clever, consistently loses to Batman. His schemes lack long term vision, failing to push Batman intellectually, and in a series known for psychological conflict underutilized a villain who should have been essential. It's easy to forgive a few missteps in a series as groundbreaking as, after all, even the greatest stories have their shadows. Um, but it's fun to think about what could have been, right? It's like giving the Joker a punchline that just doesn't land. And with that said, thanks for watching. And until next time, I will see you next time. And